What's up guys, welcome back to another 3000 GT VR4 video. I have two fellow 3000 GT buddies coming out today to help me diagnose the 3000 GT. If you guys didn't check out the last video, check it out first. We were having drivability issues where the car just stutters. It was initially stuttering under boost. The fuel pressure would immediately drop once you turned it off. And then I changed out the fuel pump and come to find out the car actually drives even worse. A bunch of you guys were commenting to change out the sock, so I went ahead and ordered one so that we can go ahead and swap it out. We do have Ian, who's a local 3S guy. From what I've seen and heard is he's really good with these cars. This type of platform is not for the faint of heart. It's not easy. I'm personally not enough, I'm not mechanically inclined enough to be able to diagnose this car on my own, fix this car on my own. I can do some things, but then again, I much rather have that guidance and help from other people that mechanically are just way better than me, right? At least that way I can learn. My job here is to document for you guys just in case you're having this issue, because there's not really many people that make videos on these cars, and if this video can help fix your drivability issues with your 3000 GT, you know, it benefits everybody, right? So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys how the fuel pressure immediately drops to 0 right after we shut it off. It's supposed to hold, and the battery's dead. There you go. Okay. So Ian's here. Starts up fine, and then we have the aftermarket fuel pressure regulator with the pressure set to, I want to say like 39 psi.
That is ridiculous. That is immediate.
So Ian found the first leak. You said it was from AN line to
AN line to
hard line, somewhere in there.
Aluminum fitting.
So it's kind of hard to see. We're gonna go ahead and take off the battery, and then we're also gonna go ahead and take off the FPR, and then we'll show you guys the leak in a little bit. Oh yeah, so the AN fitting itself is wet. That might be the biggest reason why. I think that's gonna be the issue itself, I bet you.
I mean, I can see the wet spot on the subframe.
And you have a VR4 and a Stealth, right?
Yep.
And which one's the one you were having issues with?
Technically both of them, but not the VR4 really.
So how do you feel about the platform overall, since you've kind of been...
It's the only platform I've ever known, and it's not that bad. People say it's people say it's like, oh, it's hard and all this stuff. It's not that bad.
So we have the AN fitting right there going up. It's pretty much wet, like completely. So that's a leak in itself. I'm not sure if it's loose or it's, I'm not sure what's going on, but we could probably just tighten it, no?
Yeah, we can just give it a tighten and see what happens.
Was it fairly loose, or?
It wasn't that loose.
No.
I got maybe quarter turn tops.
Go and lock up the battery here.
You got the nice small battery, so it shouldn't be too hard to get your hand down there.
Yeah. It'd be nice to relocate it to the back, honestly.
Oh yeah. Adapter to the hard line, not the AN side.
You brought the Magnum. Oof, right-hand drive. Damn.
Too much shit.
Look at that. Have you seen the engine bay on this thing? It looks very similar.
Oh yeah, I have.
Very similar plenum. Very cool. How's the drift? All right, so here we have the adapter. So this is what was leaking.
Yeah, before my hand was getting wet, it is not wet now.
Straight to 0.
Did the pressure drop?
No, it's still straight to 0.
Really, straight to 0? Damn.
That just means that whatever's leaking is big.
Okay, so we got one leak.
Oh, that's gross.
What?
The whole has one right next to you.
Where?
Yay, worms.
Oh. How'd it look?
Looks fine. Check over here just real quick.
Gas tank.
Make sure you don't somehow bottom out the fuel line.
Good at fishing bait.
Fishing bait?
Yeah.
Oh. Take them home. You're actually great. We going fishing, boys. Alrighty then. Boom.
How much gas is in there?
It's almost empty.
So the fact that this is absolutely caked in gas, these top fittings,
Yeah.
does not give me high hopes that this is tight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill this bucket up with
the gas that he just leaked from the top.
No. We verified that this is fine. So I'm gonna fill this up with gas,
Okay.
just enough so that the fuel pump right here is submerged. I don't care to get the entire fuel pump submerged, just where the pickup's at.
Okay.
Once it's submerged, we can attach a dummy line to this fitting right here, so it cycles the fuel back into the bucket.
Okay.
And we can inspect here to see if it's leaking anywhere.
Okay.
We'll clean it up with a rag so we don't see it wet, and if we see it get wet again, we know which ones are leaking.
Okay, here you go. Old sock. Yeah, it's bad. And then I gave you that's the old one, right?
Yep.
There should be another one. Yeah, those look way prettier. Those are yours or what?
Yeah. I was gonna put them on mine, but I don't want to mess with the Tanabe.
Main power wire for the fuel pump right here. So we want to power this, and since the fuel pump is grounded on the hanger, just ground out the hanger and the fuel pump will turn on.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay. I was not expecting that.
Not exactly that either. I forgot it's pressurized. There we go.
Nice.
To negative on a 12-volt battery, using fuses because it allows me to easily attach wires to it, and also protection, maybe. And positive wire comes in here, and we're going to touch the fuel pump positive wire on the relay, and it should turn on.
Ooh, science.
So we're looking here, and I already think that's a leak right there in between those two fittings.
Yeah.
You want to try to clean up one more time?
Yeah, let me see.
But I'm pretty sure that's where it's leaking. It's very hard to see. It's like you have to be right on top of it.
It's very you think it's enough to lose pressure?
Any leak at all
Yeah.
is enough to lose pressure. Not that fast. I think it's probably gonna be the fuel pressure regulator. That's your
Okay.
main leak.
Yeah.
But these are all gonna be contributing to it.
Right to the overall.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, okay, we fix a fuel pressure regulator, but then you end up pissing out in 3 minutes.
A small leak here, small leak there, small leak there. One
Yeah.
big leak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the old fuel hose that was on the pump.
You can see it's starting to crack
Yeah,
right down
from
the
the
center.
inside. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and swap out over to a fuel line just to make sure. We're not 100% sure that this is a fuel line specifically, but we're just taking safe measures basically.
Top fitting looks fixed.
It looks way drier. Yeah.
This fitting looks dry still. That is ridiculous.
What happened?
That is ridiculous. It was seeping from this hole.
What?
That's where the gasket normally sits.
I wasn't doing that before though.
It did have a gasket on. Maybe that was, even though it's half broken, it's somehow sealing.
Keep it, yeah.
Here, you want to pull it out again?
Yeah.
There's no way you're gonna do
No.
anything with that.
We got the fuel pump back out. We're getting a lot of fuel out from the top, and that was without this gasket, but as you guys can see, we just didn't put it back on because it's completely ripped. I'm gonna have to go and replace this because you do get a very strong odor of gas when you're driving the car, and obviously it's causing some sort of fuel leak. So we're gonna go ahead and double check again and make sure that the fittings are tight and see if that fixes our issue. And then I also have a passenger side window regulator that someone sent me, so that we're going to replace it and get rid of this old wooden piece, and so that we finally have a working passenger side window.
All right, when removing the window, you're gonna do these two bolts right here, these two bolts down here, and then lower the window about halfway so you can have access to these two. This is bolted to the window itself, and then the motor, it's these three right here. 1, 2, 3. Using a piece of wood to hold the window up, wedged in here. But if you have somebody to help you out, you might want to hold the window for you. Don't drop it, you're gonna shatter it. Once you have everything disconnected, it should just slide down. Just wiggle it until it just comes out. It should come out with the motor as well. Don't forget to disconnect it from the plug right here. And the reason why these fell, this cracks due to poor lubrication, not enough grease, old age. So you gotta make sure you lube up with grease, either new or new-ish window regulator. So the wire can slide easier without putting too much stress on the plastics.
Okay, and this is the general AutoZone one you can just find for like $8.
And with the new fittings that you're getting, with how tight you're doing them right now, the new fittings, you should not need to go that tight. They should be brand new. They should be pretty damn easy to get tight without having to go all Hulk straight 1/4 inch.
We have to lower this about halfway so it can match up right here. Drop it a little bit.
So we're gonna go ahead and put everything back inside. Turn it on one more time, and then from there move on to the FPR. Let me see. Which one's the... Oh wait, that one's for that one. Oh snap. Working window.
You fucking with it?
Hey, there you go. Highlight of the video.
You can probably film it there. It's the... Behind the radio, it's the only blue 2-pin connector there.
So it's just 4 Allens on top of the regulator, and it's off. Here we have the old gasket. Thank you. And then here we have the new one we're gonna be switching out. All right, so you put it back on. This is what goes on the bottom, this goes on top. Place the new gasket. Oh, I just hit my head with a freaking combat wing, dude. Ow.
That's what happened to me earlier.
Oh, it's too
bigger.
damn big. All right, fuel pump.
And we'll put it back on.
Assembly on. The front of the car is also ready. We have pressure.
What was the pressure at?
Around 32.
32?
Yeah, it's going down slowly. But it's holding pressure now. We're in the 30s. So base pressure, unplugged vacuum hose, we're gonna set it to 44. So Ian's gonna go ahead and give the fuel pump power. You turn this clockwise to add pressure, and then you turn it counterclockwise to reduce pressure. Okay, all right, we got pressure, gonna go up to 44. God damn, it's so hard to film in base pressure is set. Ian went ahead and took off the intake because we are going to be doing a boost leak test. What is this? A boost leak tester?
Yes. Yeah, plugs off the intake so you can see compressed air into it.
And then we got the air compressor hooked up, and we're gonna check to see where we're having leaks. So what are you looking for, mainly? Just
So the blow-off valve is leaking. So the spring that's supposed to hold the blow-off valve closed is not doing its job because it's pissing right there. It also looks like it's pissing from the seal right there too. That's fine. That's fine. Pretty much anytime there's an air connection, we're spraying. So right there, we're good. There, we're good. Idle set screw is bad. It's an O-ring and a plastic screw that you can replace. It's fine. But it's working.
I think it's the plenum itself.
Probably right.
Yeah.
this side's fine, that side's not. Either replace the hose or just use a clamp. See that?
Yeah.
So tighten that clamp. Yeah. So this section of hose you need to replace. However, this section of hose has a check valve in it to prevent air from going one way or the other. Now we can tell that this is not doing its job because we're shooting boost through this thing, and this valve should stop boost from even coming here, but yet it's coming there.
Right.
So that's double not good. It's a leak and it's letting boost in, which we don't want. See, when the car stutters, so does the tiny light.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
See all the bubbles, look at that. So fuel leaks, boost leaks, and vacuum leaks.
Yeah, so has throttle body gaskets done.
Bisque screw, blow-off valve.
Aisle screw's done. Blow-off valve's done.
The piping was loose, but we got it.
Piping was loose, but that's fine, yeah. And then the two check valves for the braking. Clutch should be dealt with. Those lines are bad.
To boost, like right when it's about to hit boost, it's when it kind of feels like it wants to stutter.
For sure, it's that leak.
The what leak?
The AM fittings.
Oh yeah.
As soon as you fix that, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be set.
So I got some replacement fittings for the fuel head assembly, so we're gonna get rid of all the old ones. Huge shout out to Ian first of all for coming out, and Alex as well, but they pretty much helped me gain some clarity as far as like what we need to do to the car to get it running. So as far as right now, I'm gonna go ahead and swap this out. I already went ahead and ordered all the stuff that we're gonna need to replace up front for the boost leaks, and then I'll do that in a following video, and then we'll also go ahead and data log it with Anthony with the new flash just to make sure that the car's running to spec, right? Because there's really no point to data log the car if you have a bunch of boost leaks, fuel leaks everywhere, because you're just gonna like Ian said yesterday, you're just gonna be chasing your tail. So if you guys are interested and you're in SoCal, Ian is really good with the 3S platform, so he's a lot more knowledgeable than I am, and if you guys need any help or anything like that, make sure you hit him up on Instagram. I'll go ahead and link his Instagram handle right here in the corner. Got a bunch of taillights in the back. Going to be upgrading these to LEDs. If you guys are interested, check out the link in the description. I pretty much convert the OEM ones and then put LED rings and make them plug and play. I also went ahead and ordered the gaskets from partsgeek.com. I'll go ahead and link it. It was like 20 bucks shipped. Otherwise, you're gonna get a really bad fuel smell inside the cabin when you're driving the car. I mean, after a while, it does get pretty bad. So I would recommend for you to switch it out. I'm assuming everyone probably has theirs ripped as well. So I've never really been able to push this car, and that's just because it's always giving me mainly fuel issues. But then again, it was sitting since 2012, so everything at this point has pretty much been replaced. And it just goes to show how like even something small like this can cause your car to not run right. Okay, old fitting is off. Do have some washers here. Get some new hose. So as you guys can see, even if I put the pump back on, once we go all the way up, the fuel pump is going to sit too high, and then that's where the fuel starvation issues come from. So I want to make sure that the fuel pump is sitting at the base. So we're going to have to go to AutoZone, get a bigger hose, and put this on, bring it back, rewire it up, and hope that everything works. All right, so I went ahead and finished up the fuel pump assembly. We got a brand new fuel hose. It's a little bit longer so that the fuel pump can sit at the base. I went ahead and also zip tied it just so that it doesn't move around. And I also went ahead and zip tied the wires so these aren't moving around, and run the chance of getting just hit some. It just causes issues, so make sure these are well put together. We got the new fittings to avoid any leakage. Hopefully these are good to go. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and install it back into the car. I'll wire the wire here for the power for the relay, and we should be good to go. We'll take the car on a test drive and see how it runs. The new and improved fuel pump. So hopefully no more fuel leaks after this. Let's start up the car, check for fuel leaks, and we should be able to test drive the car. There we go. Let's check for leaks. Okay, surprisingly, no leaks. That's a really good sign that we don't have any leaks. Let's see. Okay. Rough start, but it's still cutting off. I'm pretty sure I have a fuel leak still in the back. I'm gonna have to recheck that once again. Unfortunately, I've just been having fuel system issues since I've gotten the car, and that's just because it was abandoned from 2012 to 2020 basically. So it just sat at a guy's house out in Orange County, and yeah, I mean it's been 3 years since I initially restored it. In case you guys haven't seen like the full series of the videos, I'll put like this short one, like building a VR4 in like 10 minutes. Anyways, any insights, comments below, and I guess that's it for today. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.